All right, check it out. This is the piece we just cut off. You can see right there where it's kind of rusted, and then up here it was still good. This is good solid metal that we can attach to. We're gonna bring it down and attach to the heater channel. It's 2 inches from the top of the heater channel to where we cut, and then add another inch for the lip that we're gonna weld onto.
What up, CT? It's your boy Pete. Hope you're doing well, brother. Keep up the good work, man. The 65 is turning out killer. Thank you to you for working with us this year. This month only, December 2022. To you and your viewers, 10% off with coupon code CT22 when checking out at aircool.com for quality Volkswagen drivetrain components.
Let's see if we're close. We just need kind of a rolled edge a little bit. Yeah, that'll work. All right, let's weld this in. C? Yeah, let's go with C. Already got the gas on. Let's do it. getting there. You can hear that metal kind of popping. Check out that curve I got right there though. A nice curve over that existing piece. That's why I was trying to keep as much of that as possible, and so we can kind of mold around it. We're going to cut this off, but try to keep as much of that curve right there that'll recreate that original curve, which is kind of cool. Ooh, that's hot. But yeah, it's looking good. We're getting there. It's not perfect, but it's way better than it was. All right, it's looking pretty good. We got a nice curve coming around the corner here. We're gonna add another piece here and another piece here. So this might be another 2 or 3 pieces to get this shape, but that's gonna take a little time. I'm gonna weld some more of this in, and then we'll jump on this part. You could probably almost just run a bead down this thing because the metals are both really thick. I'm just kind of experimenting with a couple different things. Of course, that heat will warp it a little bit. I think we're out of wire. Alright guys, we ran out of wire. So, we're gonna add a new roll here. This is pretty good wire. Seems to work pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this on. It is unplugged, by the way. Okay. All right, guys, so you can see there's a little bit of the wire right here, and it goes all the way through the cable here. We'll see if we can feed it through. Oh, we gotta turn it on. There we go. We'll pull the rest through now, I guess. Oh, crap. Ah, there we go. All right, let's get the new roll on there. There's a hole right here we gotta feed this through. There's a combination of tightening this down and tightening this, getting it just right. There it goes. All right. It's got a pretty cool chart on here, kind of shows you your suggested settings for this welder, depending on what you're welding. It's kind of cool. Love this welder. All right, let's turn the gas on and get ready. We're gonna be running out of gas soon too, so we'll have to go get this tank filled up at some point, but I'm gonna use it until it runs out and then we'll fill it up. All right, wire replenished. Let's take a look at this real quick. I'm just gonna leave these welds on here for now. We'll knock them down a little bit, but they don't have to be cleaned up perfectly. And we're gonna cut some of this off. And then add that piece on. All right, guys, I've been staring at this for a while and trying to figure out how to make this piece. And maybe if I had more experience, I could just fabricate a section that was just perfect like this. But there's a lot of interesting shapes and curves going on here. So I've been messing around with a couple scrap pieces, just trying to figure out where to kind of start. Luckily, this side is fairly intact, so you can kind of see the shape of it. You can see where the original weld here. Obviously, I cut this off of the heater channel, the old one, and welded it back on here, but that's the original weld for this section. And you can kind of see the original curve here. It kind of comes out almost like a little triangle, but very weird, crazy shapes going on. So I'm trying to figure out the best way to approach this. I think what I'm going to do is, so basically this is straight across here until about right here, and then it comes out. Kind of comes out like that. So I think the easiest way for me to approach this is to try to do it in 2 or 3 sections. I was just gonna cut, I was gonna try to cut this piece, but that doesn't work because it has to come out like that, basically, and then go back like that. It's kind of weird. All right, guys, I've been messing around with this for a while and just trying to come up with the best way to make this patch. So I was trying to mess around with some cardboard, and I cut a few pieces and just experimenting with a few different pieces and using this original piece over here, what's left of it, as a reference to try to get as close as possible to the original. It's not going to be exact, but we're going to try to get it as close as we can. I came up with this little piece here that's real close, and then I got another piece here to kind of replicate this. So we're real close, and I'm going to fill in the gap on this piece here with some tape, and we'll try to cut this out, use this as a template, cut it out with some metal, and see if we can fit it all in here. So this piece and this piece fit pretty good. So that'll be real close to where we need to be. And then I think I'm gonna just put some tape here and then cut it with a razor blade to try to replicate this other section here. Got the rough cut here. These will have to be trimmed up. And this is 18 gauge, it's pretty thick. Probably be easier if it was 20 gauge. This is 18. It's pretty thick, but it'll be nice and secure, nice and solid. Put a tack here and a tack there and just kind of hammer it into place. All right, guys, check it out. We're getting closer. I've been spending a little bit of time just kind of fitting everything and trying to get the fit as close as possible. We're getting closer. We got all this cleaned up, ready to weld on. And I think this is about where we're gonna go. We're gonna start. So I'm gonna spray the back of this with some protective rust paint, weld through primer, whatever. Get this on here, and we're just gonna kind of put a weld at the top, put a weld at the bottom, and kind of start to shape this around with a hammer and get it all welded on there. It's not going to be exactly like factory, but it's going to be pretty close. And then that other piece is going to go right beside it here. Once we get this in, we can fit that, trim it down, weld it on. Yeah, I think we're ready. Let's do it. Gas is on. Smoking gun. Probably just do a bead across here too. That's how they had it from the factory. I gotta put a screw or something right here to bring this corner together. All right, we got a pretty big self-tapping screw here with a 5/16 head on it. And it's a little longer than the other ones I use, because I want to try to bring these two pieces together. There's a gap in between this piece and the original piece. Hopefully this will work. There it goes. Got it nice and tight now. All right, check it out. Got this piece here. We're gonna start fitting it in. I'm gonna trim a little off the top edge here so it kind of sits back a little more. We'll punch some holes in the side here, put some paint on the back, and we'll trim this edge here. We're gonna trim that little edge off right there. Let's do it. Gotta get those burrs off of there. Getting there, guys. In case you're wondering, once we get all done with this, we're gonna hit the back side of all of that with some paint. We'll probably use that little hose and get the hose back in there and spray all that so it's all protected. We'll get this ink off of here. All right, let's see if we can get it in there. That's looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Let's grind some of that down and see if we can make it look better. Alright guys, check it out. It's looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Got a little more cleanup to do, but it's on there. Not bad. I think it'll work. And I think it looks pretty close to the original. I know it's not exactly like it is, but if you compare it to the driver's side, driver's side's got a little more intact of the original metal on this little area right here. So that's kind of what I went off of as far as trying to replicate that. And I think we got pretty close. I think, hopefully, that'll work. I think we got real close. And we'll go along here, we'll fill in a couple more little spots, we'll clean this up, we'll blend it in, make it look real nice. I'm not going to be able to blend it in today because the air compressor is down, but it's not a big deal. We can come back and clean this up and blend it in as good as we need to. Right here we want to blend it in because you see this area. You kind of see this getting in and out of the car, but I think this is covered, again, I think this is covered with headliner or carpet, so this all gets covered up. You could leave it just like that. I don't think it'd be a problem. Obviously we want to cover it with some rust protection, and eventually once we get all this done in here and everything's tacked in and we'll get it all sanded down, we'll put like a primer, and then we'll put a protective paint in here. Probably paint the whole inside of this cabin with the original white color like this right here. Obviously it look like brand new. I forget what the color is, but it's kind of like an off-white. And we'll probably paint the whole inside. I don't know, maybe we don't really need to because this all gets covered up anyway. We'll maybe just primer it. I don't know, what you guys think? Anyway, this is looking pretty good. Pretty happy with this. Comment below, guys. Let me know what you think about the progress. I'm just kind of trying to figure it out as I go. Been getting a lot of positive feedback from you guys, so I appreciate it. And hopefully you guys are enjoying the content. Sometimes it's a little harder than others, so some days are better than others. All right, guys. Talk to you soon. On the next one, not sure exactly what we're going to do, but we'll probably try to get this side done, and that side should hopefully go a little faster since we've already done this one. We'll have a general idea of how to do it, and then we'll tie up the front end here, get this all tied in. We'll get this side tied in, cleaned up, put some primer on it, get this side tied in, cleaned up, get the fronts in, get all that done. All right, guys, see ya. All right, guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. I feel like it's gonna start coming together pretty quick now. That patch was a little difficult. It took some time, but now that I've got that under my belt, I feel like we have got quite a bit of this done. I put the other door on here to try to get it to fit better. Just messing around with this. It does fit pretty good. It's fitting better. All right, guys, I appreciate the support. We'll see you on the next one. Later. Oh, yeah.